We can do an 8-minute walk in 3 minutes, right? It's otherwise known as a run. You found the socks? The chances of both socks and both shoes being where they're supposed to be is slim to none most mornings. Still working on our shoes. We got our socks. We got our dress. We're heading to church this morning with some friends we've got in Philly. We're gonna go eat cheesesteaks or something like that for lunch, and then we're gonna check out the historic stuff, which we're really looking forward to.
There's not many places it could be, is the good news, but...
This is where I check every time something's missing. This is her new cubby hole to throw stuff. I don't see it in her hole. She tucks stuff under this chair sometimes.
Oh, there it is. She's like a little dog.
I'm dreading the day that she flushes something down the toilet. She's
so sorry.
Hensley, you're gonna have to go with the smaller blankets. We have a small blanket and a big blanket.
The big blanket's supposed to stay in her bed for sleeping.
We washed the small blanket.
And now she wants nothing to do with it. She wants to carry this big honking blanket around.
We can't take the big blanket everywhere. Just take the small one, get it broke in. It'll be okay.
So Hensley's blanket was a throw blanket that we had that she just took a liking to. She dragged the throw blanket around, but we finally got it cut up because it was way too big for her. So she's got half of it that she sleeps with in her bed. That's her big one. And then she's got the other half was cut into two small ones, so we have a backup. Nathan wants to keep cutting it down so it's teeny tiny, a little piece that she carries around. I'm afraid to alter the blanket. As you can see, she does not like you messing with her blanket.
To be fine.
For him. This couple that we're friends with in Philly, we actually met them on a mission trip. So we took this mission trip as part of our honeymoon, but we applied for the mission trip before we were married. So when we got there, they didn't even have us staying together because when we applied, we weren't married, even though we had said in there we would be married when it happened.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because there were like 2 other couples that just got married and they all had like their own honeymoon suite.
So we spent like the first 2 weeks of our marriage apart.
Hey, you ready to see a big bell? So if you're going to the street, you need to press M. So we had an awesome time eating lunch with our friends after church. So now we've rushed over to the visitor center. We've got about an hour and a half before everything closes. So it's about 3:30, everything closes at 5. Our tickets we had to buy ahead of time to see Independence Hall, and then we're also going to try to get to the Liberty Bell and to church. Okay, correction. We've got to be back here at 4 o'clock. So we've got 30 minutes to see the Liberty Bell and the church and be here for our tour at 4 o'clock. Oh, that doesn't look good. We'll see how fast it's moving, but
You would think you would just kind of walk by it. You would think.
we saw the Liberty Bell in about 15 minutes, so we're rushing to see if we can get to this church. It's about an 8-minute walk. Of course, Marissa's power walking this thing, so.
I don't know. I was just told that this is where George Washington and his family and some of the founding fathers went to church. I don't know if that's correct, but that's why we're in such a rush to get here. Here's where President George Washington, this is his pew. This is Francis Hopkins' pew. He was a signer of the Declaration of Independence. Benjamin Franklin's pew. I hate that we totally had to rush through that. Now we can just gotta make up time and get to Independence Hall.
But you're talking like Betsy Ross, Benjamin Franklin, George Washington. All those people sat on the pews we sat on in that church. So now we've got 3 minutes to make an 8-minute walk back to Independence Hall. So here we go.
So we totally had great intentions of having enough time to do all this. We were just spending time with friends and was having a good time, and we totally lost track of time.
And I thought we were running around earlier. This is even fast by Marissa's standards. Okay, we made it to the line to get in. We're a few minutes late. The line looks insanely long. I'm assuming since we're here pretty close to when they told us to, we'll still get in, even if it's after 4:30 from the security check, hopefully.
All done.
Ask what color the sky is
Oh,
again.
Hey, what color's the sky?
yeah.
What color?
Blue sky.
Blue skies.
Sometimes you just gotta let them get some energy out. Hi, Hensley. You doing jumping jacks?
She's putting on a show for everybody.
Jumping jacks. So we made it to our tour.
It's all good. I told you we'd be fine.
Yeah. We were actually really close to missing it. This is the room where Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776. This is Independence Hall behind us, and pretty awesome to be here.
Yeah.
It really is. This is where
It's where everything happened.
where it all started.
Yeah, for our country. So
Congress Hall, Independence Hall, Old City Hall, and then Philosophical Hall. And I'm standing right in the center of Independence Square. So we saw as much as we could in an hour and a half. That was pretty crazy.
express tours.
Yeah.
The Liberty Bell was originally placed in the steeple behind me. That was was then known as the Pennsylvania State House, which is now Independence Hall. So it originally hung up there. It announced when they were meeting in the building, even possibly rang before the reading of the Declaration of Independence. It's just such an iconic piece of American history. To as our our U.S. nation's oldest residential street, dating back to 1728. Has about 32 houses down this alley. Walk around back of the Christ Church, you can see where Benjamin Franklin's grave is.
It's a bridge! It's a bridge! Bridge!
Hensley and I both love that coming into Philly we get to take a bridge. Well, that finishes up Philly in a nutshell. We had a great time. It's such a beautiful historical city.
One thing I didn't realize was how much Philly is about the food.
Yeah.
All kinds of places to eat.
The Philly cheesesteaks today were pretty on point. I never thought I can't even believe I'm saying this. I never thought I would say I liked Cheese Whiz, but it was actually pretty good. Pretty good on a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. See you later, Philly.
Bye, Philly.